The credit crunch. How will it affect you? Banks have stopped lending. The system has seized up. What I would like to know is, when are the banks going to release some of these bailout funds that they've received? Because if they don't start putting money into the system soon, our economies are going to go down further. More and more people are going to be forced into bankruptcy, into homelessness, and maybe not being able to afford their food. This is not intended to be scaremongering. This is intended to make available to you information that you probably will not hear on the news or in the newspapers. This is a layperson to a layperson here saying to you that you have to know what's going on. Knowledge is power. And the banks are not lending. It's stopping people from buying cars. There are many states in America where you have to have a car. People haven't even got a car to get to an interview to get a job with. It's blocking the economy. It's blocking the movement. Unless these banks put credit into our economy, things are going to get even more serious. Here's something I haven't seen ever happen. CDs, certificates of deposit, in the United States. People can buy them 5 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever, and get quite a good rate of interest. Well, they could a few months ago even. The banks now, for the first time ever I have seen it, are offering to give you your money at your fixed rate of interest, 4%, 5% maybe, what you bought it at, with no penalty for getting it out early. Now, what does that mean? To me, that means the banks really don't want to have to pay those higher rates of interest, and they want to get rid of these debts quickly. But it's unheard of. You're going to see more and more of these things happening. Credit cards, the whole credit card industry is coming in for a whole shake-up. It's already happening. They're able to change the rules from month to month, hardly letting you know. If you can read that minuscule writing on the terms of conditions, well, then you're a better person than I. But generally, who can read that and who knows that? But they can put that interest rate up from 5% or 6% right up to 30%. So I suggest that if at all possible, you do not hold any balances on your credit cards. Another thing to watch out is for those of you that do have money that just don't know where to put it. Please be careful when you look at governments and companies who are trying to raise even more debt. That's creating more debt to get us out of the situation that's been created by debt in the first place. However, I won't go there at this moment, but I caution you greatly. For example, there's companies here in New Zealand, Contact Energy recently, big energy company, released some bonds at 6% interest for a 5 and 10 year period, approximately. Well, it looks great at the moment, while our interest rates are at 3. However, what you have to realise is that interest rates are going up. And they're going to go up sharply and probably soon. Look at what happened in Iceland. In Iceland, rates shot up and they're now at 15%. And you're not going to be very happy seeing your money sitting there for 10 years at 6% when interest rates might be 15 or 20%. So I caution you to be very careful about anything to do with tying your money up into any kind of debt instrument. Well, these are my predictions. My predictions are that the stock markets are going to fall further, that gold will go to at least $2,000 an ounce, that there will be more riots, governments will be unseated, certain governments around the world, there will be coups d'etats, and there's going to be civil unrest, because when people lose everything, when they lose their homes, their houses, their livelihoods, and they've hardly got enough money for food, well, then they've nothing more to lose. And you can expect more of this. There'll be more scandals. You think you've seen Bernard Madoff and one huge Ponzi scheme? There'll be more. And there will be more uprisings. So I just caution you to be very aware, to the best of your ability, to keep yourself informed about what's happening and to prepare yourself as best possible. In my videos, I'll be showing you and keeping you up to date best I can with what's happening around the world and what I see coming and how I see ways in which you can prepare yourself. Thank you for listening.